Hi everyone, welcome back again to the channel. In today's video we're going to be drafting the pattern for the making of this bustier with an overbust curved neckline. So if this is something you're interested in, keep on watching, and if you're still here to subscribe, hit on the subscribe button and let us get started. Alright guys, so we're going to go ahead and draft our pattern. I currently have my pattern paper in a fold, and I'm going to be using this folded edge as center front and up here as the shoulder area. Okay, so at this top area here, I'm going to go ahead and draw out a starting line which is going to serve as our shoulder line. Now from this shoulder line, I'm going to take all that measurements. So I'll place my tape here and I'm going to take a measurement from my shoulder down to my bust point. I'll mark this, it's 10 inches at some other points as well, so I'll be able to have a very straight line. So this is our shoulder to bust point. Okay, so now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to take a measurement from my shoulder down to my under bust. I'm going to mark it here, and I'm going to also draw a line across. So now we have our shoulder line, bust and under bust line. The next line is going to be our shoulder to waist measurement, and I'm going to go ahead and mark it and draw a line across as well. Marking this at multiple points so that I'll be able to get a very straight line. Now the next line will be our shoulder to blouse length, and for this I'm using a blouse length of 24 inches. I'm going to go ahead and mark it here and also draw a straight line across as well. So now go ahead and label my lines. I have the shoulder line here at the top. This is the bust line. This is the under bust. This is the waistline. And lastly, I have the blouse length. Okay. So with that being done, we're going to go ahead now and start drafting this bustier. It is very simple, guys. Just follow up with what I'm doing. First, I'm going to go in by 3 inches for my neck width. Now, and then after that, from the center front again, I'm going to go in by half of my shoulder measurement, which is 7 inches. And then once you're done marking that, go ahead and come down by 1 inch for your shoulder slope. All of these I'm doing on the shoulder line, okay? So from this 1 inch I came down by, I'm going to connect to the neckline that I marked earlier like this, all right? Now, the next thing you want to do is you're going to determine your armhole depth, and this is something you can do by dividing your bust measurement by 6 and adding 1.5. So for me, it is 7.5 inch. I'm going to go ahead and mark it here, and I'm going to draw this line across. Now, this new line that you're drawing across with the armhole depth becomes your chest line. So I'm going to label this the chest line, CL. All right, my love. So once you're through with that, the next thing you want to do is you're going to draw a straight line across from your shoulder slope down to meet this new chest line. I'm just connecting my ruler straight like this. So just go ahead and do the same thing. Now, the next thing you want to do is you're going to divide this line that you just drew into 2 equal halves. And once you've gotten the midpoint, go ahead and go in by half of an inch from that point like this. Now, on the chest line, you're going to go ahead and mark your bust measurement divided by 4. So for me, I have it at about 9 inches. I'm going to go ahead and mark it here as well. Like I mentioned before, your bust measurement divided by 4, mark it here on the chest line. So now once you're through with this, you're going to connect the 3 points together to give you your armhole curve. So you see how I'm placing my curve? So from this midpoint to the top of my shoulder slope, and then from the midpoint down to this point I had on the chest line, like this will give me a beautiful armhole curve. Once you've gotten your armhole curve, you're going to come down to the bust line. Okay, make sure it's on the bust line. And you're going to mark half of your nipple to nipple measurement. Half of your nipple to nipple measurement. So I'm marking mine here. I'm going to also mark it here at the hemline, and I'm going to draw a straight line across this point. So now the next thing I want to do is on the under bust line here, I'm going to go ahead and take my dart. Because I'm not very busty, I'm going to be using 2 inches. I have actually added a bit, so that's why I'm using 2 inches. Normally I will use 1.5 inch. So for these 2 inches that I'm going to be using, I'm going to be sharing it on both sides of this line here, 1 inch. You can use 2.5 inches for a client who is more busty, or even 3 inches, depending on how big their measurements are. For me, my bust measurement is around 35 5 inches, and I'm using 2 inches as my dart. Okay, so now these 2 inches that I marked, I took it all the way down to the hemline, as you can see. Now the next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to connect curves from this 1 inch point that I came out by to meet the top of my dart line coming from the bust point. Just like you see me doing like this. It's actually very simple. So now once you're through with this, the next thing you want to do is you're going to come over here to the armhole area, and you're going to mark what you have on the armhole. Remember, this is a Princess Dart Bustier, okay? So I'm going to mark what I have on the armhole. I'm going to check what I have on the armhole and divide that into 2 equal halves. So I'm placing my tape in a way that I can actually get the curve. And what I had was 9 inches. So half of that is 4.5. And I'm going to go ahead and just put a mark where I have 4.5 here and connect it with a curve to meet the bust point. So watch how I'm placing my ruler, so you'll be able to place yours very nicely as well. Alright guys, so now that I'm done with the Princess Dart curve, what I'm going to go ahead and do is to go out on both sides of this curve on the armhole by 1/2 inch on both sides, okay? So this 1/2 inch point, I'm going to connect down to meet the bust point, just like you see me doing like this. So I'll connect this like this, and I'm going to connect the other part as well to meet the same bust point. So we're taking a dart here on the armhole to give us this Princess Dart Bustier shape. Now guys, once you're through with this, the next thing you want to do is you're going to come to the bottom part, not the upper one, the bottom dart leg, okay? And you're going to extend it by 1 inch. This is the 1 inch that you took as dart for the armhole, okay? You have to replace it back outside the bodice like this, or else when you sew this down, it's not going to be complete. It will be shorter, so you want to replace it back and then come to the armhole here and also add the 1 inch back to the armhole. So once you're through with this, just go ahead and connect now like this, and this becomes your new armhole that you're going to be using for this bustier. If you do not come out by this 1 inch like this, you're going to notice that when you sew your Princess Dart, it will be too short, okay? So now once that is done, the next thing I want to do is I want to create the curve for the neckline. Now this neckline is quite different because it's going to be curving upwards and not downward, okay? So now what I want to do is I'm going to go up by about 6-7 inches from the chest line. It depends on you. You can actually still take the measurement from the shoulder line down. It depends on you, but you want to make sure that it doesn't get all the way to the shoulder line, because that's where the top of your neckline is. If it gets all the way to that point, it will be too high, okay? So what I'm going to do here now is I will just come up by about 6 inches from the chest line, and I'm going to mark it here. Now from this point, I will create a curve that will meet the dart leg that I have on the armhole. Just watch how I'm connecting it and do exactly the same thing. So just like this, and I have my beautiful shape for the overcurve neckline. So now once this is done, you're basically almost done. You're going to now go ahead and add your body measurements to the sides. On the underbust line here, you can decide to mark your underbust measurement and then replace the dart. I usually don't do that. I go straight to the waist. So my waist measurement here divided by 4, I marked it, and I'm replacing the dart of 2 inches that I have here. Now on the hip measurement here, on the hip line, my hip measurement divided by 4 is right here. And I'm going to go ahead and measure and replace the dart, which is 2 inches. Now once you're through with this, what you want to do is to connect all the last points, okay? So I'll connect from the armhole here to meet the waist like this. And then from the waist, I'll connect a curve to meet the one on the hip. So I want it to kind of look like a cone a little bit. So I will not be using it like this. I will be using the curved part of the inside like this, so that it's kind of have like something like a cone shape. So yeah, this is what I want. And basically we're done drafting this. Now for the side, you can decide to have like a kind of shape if you want. We have the center front and side front here. So from the bottom here, I will come up by 2 inches. I marked it here. Sorry, this is a little bit outside the picture. And then from there, I just decided to draw anything. Honestly, when it comes to this, you can do any design that you want at the bottom, and you can see me placing my top in different directions to see whichever one can work for me. So I decided to stick with this and just use the design on my pattern master. So I'm just going to draw this out like this, as you can see, and this is the shape of my bustier blouse. So this is all for the drafting of the front pattern. So I'll go ahead and mark the dart areas away. This is going to be cut off, and this is also going to be cut off as well. Okay, so now I'm going to go ahead and cut out my front pattern and show you guys what it looks like. So guys, these are my front patterns. You can see how it looks, and you can see the curve at the upper part. So now let's go ahead and draft out the back. For the back pattern, I started by drawing out my shoulder line just like I did in front, and from there I'm going to go ahead and mark my shoulder to bust point, shoulder to waist, and then shoulder to hemline. Note that on the back pattern, you don't need to mark your shoulder to under bust because there's no under bust at the back, okay? So just mark your shoulder line, your shoulder to bust point, shoulder to waist, and then shoulder to blouse length, which is kind of like the hemline for this one. So shoulder to bust, shoulder to waist, and then shoulder to hem. So now on the shoulder line, I'm going to go in by half of my shoulder measurement, and then go in by 3 inches for my neck width, come down by 1 inch just like I did on the front pattern, and then I'm going to go ahead and connect it to the top of like the neckline. Now the next thing I'm going to do is to come down by my armhole depth, which I am using 7.5 inch for, just like I did in front, and I'm going to go ahead and draw this line across, and you guys know that this line becomes your chest line, okay? So I will draw this across. Now the next thing is to connect a line from your shoulder slope to meet the chest line like this, and then use this to get your armhole. Now I'm doing this exactly the same way I did the front pattern. Once you're done with the armhole, the next thing you want to do is you're going to come in from the bust point here from the middle by half of your nipple to nipple measurement, and then also mark it on the hemline just like we did the front as well. So now I'm going to connect these two together to give me a straight line like this. Next, you're going to take your normal back dart, and I'm going to be using 1 inch, which is half an inch on both sides, and make sure that you're taking this dart on the waistline, okay? And then from the hemline here, I came up by 2 inches, and I'm going to connect these together like you see me doing like this. So I'll connect from the dart leg, the ½ inch I came out by, to the top of this line on the bust area here, and then I'm going to go ahead and do the same thing here, and then I'll connect it down like this and do the same thing on this other side like this. So this is the back dart, okay? So now once you're through with this, the next thing you want to do is to add your body measurement. So on the waist, I'm going to mark my waist measurement divided by 4 and then replace this dart. It is 1 inch, so I'll replace it here. On the hip, I'll mark my hip measurement divided by 4, just like that. There is no dart there to replace, so I'll just mark it as it is. Once that is done, I'm going to connect from the armhole here down to the waist to join the side, and then from the waist, I'm going to connect down to the hem. I usually like to place back the front pattern so that I'm able to maintain the shape that I already have there, since I am trying to make it a cone. So I'll just make some points here and there so that I'll be able to follow it up with my curve so that I have exactly the same type of curve. So I'm going to go ahead and place my curve here now, and I'm just going to go ahead and draw this out to make sure that the front and back are having exactly the same type of a curve. So now once this is done, the next thing I want to do is I'm going to come up by 2 inches from this side here, just like I did on the front pattern, and I'm just going to go ahead and create a shape for this back as well. So like I did on the front pattern, I'm just placing my curve in a way that it looks nice, and I'll just go ahead and curve it out nicely. Now you can actually decide to leave this straight. You don't have to create this curve if you don't want it, okay? Now once that is done, the next thing I want to do is, for example, you want to place a zipper on this, you can go ahead and go in from the waist area here by ½ of an inch to prevent any form of zipper bulge. Remember that I've not added any stitching allowance, any allowance of any sort here. I'll be doing that when I'm cutting on the fabric. So this is the center back, so there will be a zipper here. So I just decided to go in by 1 inch and took that measurement up and down to prevent any kind of bulge. Okay, so now comparing the side of the front and back, you can see it fits exactly the same way. That is what it should be. Okay, once you're done, the front and the back patterns on the side should be exactly the same thing. Now from the armhole, I'm going to determine the kind of neckline that I want to give to the back. And for this, I decided to go up a bit since this particular bustier is one that goes up, okay? So I did a little curve that goes up, but not as much as it was in front. You can also choose to curve it down as well if that is what you want, okay? So now I'm going to go ahead and cut through this neckline and then cut the rest of the bodies for this back pattern. This is very simple. The back pattern is usually the easiest. You're making this like a corset and you want to separate the dart, what you should do is to extend this dart leg line up so that when you cut through, you'll be able to have two different pieces. I'm not going to be cutting this, so what I'll just do is I'll just take away the bulge here at the center back, and that's basically it. I'm making this like a blouse, so I'm going to be having a zipper. So I'll add my zipper allowance here when I'm cutting and sewing allowance to the other side. You can see the side front and side back, how they align perfectly. And then we have the center front piece here. So this is basically how to go about drafting this over curved bust bustier, princess dart bustier, whatever it is you choose to call it. So I decided to transfer my patterns, my front patterns, into another piece of pattern paper, and then went ahead to gum it together so that you guys will have an idea of what it looks like by the time you sew it. This can, if you do something like this, can actually help you, especially for those of you who are not sure of what your pattern will look like by the time you're done. So you can just do it like this, just to give you an idea of what it will look like when you're done. So this is what it looks like after I was done taping it all down, the pieces, and you can see how the bustier stands firmly, and we have the curve at the upper part. I'm going to make this into a blouse. I will be transferring pattern on fabric in my next video and sewing.